Morning, one and all. Right, as winter rolls in and I start to naturally get lower again in myself, I'm going to start making more videos, being honest as always, right? As I said before, life's not always unicorns and rainbows, right? Stuff goes wrong in life. Part of life is suffering, and knowledge is power. The knowledge to know how to overcome this suffering, the mindfulness to do so, right? Now, I know what to do, I don't always do it, but yeah, suffering's part of life. Like the flip of a coin again, right? You flip a coin, it's going to land on heads half the time, tails the other half. On an average, life is going to be good and bad. Everything coexists, and why should you be so special not to experience suffering when it is part of life, right? So, you can see my eyes. Bleh. Just finished my 5th night shift of the week, so 60 hours working at night in the winter, right? I get up and it's dark, and I go to bed and it's dark, I don't see the light. And because of this, I suffer from SAD. Soppy arse. Seasonal affect disorder, right? And knowing this, again, is half the battle. It's a battle, but you know what I mean. That's a stupid thing. I'm aware of it, so then I'm able to do something about it. So I've got up today, had 3 hours sleep to get up during the day to try to reset my body clock onto being asleep at night and awake in the day, right? So I can enjoy my days off with my boys. This in itself is difficult, and SAD is caused by a lack of sunlight, basically. Sunlight produces serotonin, if I'm not mistaken, which regulates our mood. Produces the hormones and chemicals within us to make us feel happy, right? And melatonin, which affects our sleep, along with our body clock of rising with the sun and going to bed with the sun, right? So in the winter, it being dark all the time, there's a reason that in the UK everyone's miserable in the winter. It's not just because it's cold, it's because of the lack of sunlight, right? And working night shifts, this is even more of a case. And as well as serotonin and melatonin being produced from absorption of sunlight, the other thing is vitamin D. Vitamin D is the only vitamin that we create through sun absorption. It's the only vitamin we get from the sun. And it's the only one we don't get enough out of our food, and we actually need the sunlight to produce. And it allows us to absorb calcium. So it doesn't matter how much milk you drink, not that I don't drink milk anymore, but in soy milk, calcium's in soy milk. Doesn't matter how much milk you drink, you won't absorb the calcium out of it unless you've got enough vitamin D in your body to do so. My bearded dragon running around there, she's got a sunlight bulb in her tank to produce vitamin D. And a while ago I forgot to change the bulb, and you got to change it every 6 months, right? I forgot, and she stopped eating, got really miserable, really low. I couldn't figure it out, got really worried about her, and it wasn't until I treble checked everything that I realised my mistake, changed the bulb, and she sprung back to life. She started eating again, She was sat in the corner in the coldest area of the tank. You'd take her out. She'd go and sit. She's running around out there. She'd go and sit under something and just look miserable. And that's how I feel in the winter, right? I just want to curl up in a ball in the dark and go to sleep. And it's because of lack of sunlight. And for a bearded dragon, again, the calcium absorption is crucial, and without that vitamin D bulb, it is deadly to them. Like, we're bigger, we're able to absorb more, we're able to go through life with less, taking more hardships on ourselves than a smaller creature like that, but it still affects us greatly. So yeah, sad. It's a real thing, and the way to combat it is sunlight. So as the bearded dragon does, I get my vitamin D, sit in front of it for a bit, close my eyes, imagine I'm on holiday, have a little meditate, you know. I go outside. Sunlight and vitamin D tablets are mainstream ways of doing it, right? What I do as a daily practice, in the summer it's easy. I get up, go outside, instantly energized. The sun just I'm a sun baby, right? I need the sun. And the sun gives me life. Gives us all life. Right? Without that sun, we would not be here to experience it. So give thanks to the sun, right? Doesn't ask for thanks. It doesn't want people to tell it it's shining bright, it's doing a good job. It just shines. So yeah, I go outside, I stand barefoot, and I do earthing. So I work around machinery, around a lot of radio waves and Wi-Fi signals bouncing around all the time, as a lot of us do. And we're electrical beings, right? We've got electrical current travelling through our body, and all the information travelling through the air, the man-made information that doesn't vibrate with us, with nature, right, interferes with our vibrational beings. So like your house being earthed so that the electric current travelling through it is safe. You don't have it. We've got earths. So if you stick something in the socket, it earths it, and it will trip the fuse, and it won't cause you death. Or like a car, right? A car is earthed so that if it got struck by lightning, the lightning would travel around the car into the ground and not hurt you. So earthing is a similar principle. You go outside, you stand barefoot, and you allow all the negative energy to drain into the earth, to be taken away and recycled into something new, right? And to reset and refresh your energy within yourself. Whilst doing this, I do Kundalini, fuck's sake. Whilst doing this, I do Qi Kung breathing and Qi Kung exercises, which I believe are lifting the sky and carrying the moon. Might be the other way around. So yeah, breathing in clean fresh energy, clean fresh air, breathing out the old again, recycling, letting everything go, letting it all flow, you know, refilling myself with clean energy for the day. And sometimes I was doing this, I do my chakras, right? So I visualize each one, start them spinning, and watch the colour in it grow and go up and down again, and get myself going. And this helps me to get going. This helps me to stay on top of my sad, And without the knowledge that I had, that I suffer from this, or that it is a real thing, I wouldn't know how to combat it, right? And yeah, knowledge is power. SAD is a real thing. Get yourself a vitamin D light, SAD light. Speak to your doctors. Maybe you go for a sunbed. Treat yourself. Look at it as something which is benefiting your health, not just something that you should do because you have to, something you do because you choose to, right? Because it's all a choice. Life's all a choice. And yeah, I realised that this is a bit of a tired ramble, and for that I apologise. It's the way I exist in the winter. I'm tired. The sun energises me. Stay at my eyes. In the summer, good to go. In the winter, not so much. But I accept this, and I work around it, and I'm doing my best to combat it. Doing my best to be with it, to accept it, right, for what it is, to embrace that part of me and my life. I'm tired. So yeah, I hope this helps in some way. This is the second time I've recorded this video. First time was yesterday before work, and I got to work and I thought something wasn't quite right about it, and I'd basically said that SAD is caused by vitamin D deficiency, which it kind of is in a way, but it's more serotonin and melatonin that it's linked to. So I didn't want to put false information out there, right? Although it's not false, I wanted to redo it the best I could, which I'm sure this isn't. But again, if we try to do things over and over again, never being happy and content with what is, then we'd just be walking around in a little circle. Just dig ourselves a little hole from just continuously treading ourselves in that same place, and we wouldn't get anywhere. Right, so I hope this helps, and if not, done my best, right? I hope you all have a blissful weekend, doing whatever it is you're doing. And yeah, look after each other, spread the love. Knowledge is power, mindfulness is key, and by sharing with you, being compassionate for others, it sets me free, it reminds me and allows me to be compassionate for myself. Namaste.